My name is Mitch Olewiler. In today's video, we will be talking about the 5 things I dislike about my Ford Fiesta ST. Roll it. As the intro said, we're going to be talking about the 5 things that I dislike about the Ford Fiesta ST. I did the 5 things I like a few weeks ago, so I figured I'd do the dislikes as well. This list was really hard to make, to be completely honest, because, well, I really like this car, and the things that I picked about it are things that come from factory, and I think it's just because it's a Econobox vehicle. So further ado, let's get right to it. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to be starting with are these headlights. Now, there's nothing wrong with them as far as illuminating the road and stuff like that. My main problem is that I tried to switch them to HIDs and it just didn't work. The way they reflect in the housings here, it just doesn't work. And there's really no other option for aftermarket headlights as far as the whole assembly goes. So it kind of stinks in that area. I would like to have a little bit more brightness at night. It's okay, but it's, you know, those typical yellowish, whitish lights that aren't the greatest. So I'm used to my Rabbit had the bi-xenon lights, and I really liked how bright they were. But other than that, really just nitpicking. First one, lights. So continuing on with aesthetics that I don't like. So I really like these wheels, but looking for wheels like this for this car was a nightmare. The bolt pattern on this car is 4x108, which is by far the most annoying bolt pattern I think I've ever seen in my life. Only thing that fits are old Volvo wheels, really old Ford wheels. It's the worst trying to find anything. So that's why if you see a Fiesta ST, I'm pretty sure that's why almost all of them have some sort of 1552, because it's one of the very few wheel options in this lug pattern. So number 2, wheels. Okay, so moving on to number 3. This I actually removed from the car after I purchased it, probably a month or 2 after I purchased it. But from factory, these window frames here are wrapped this terrible flat black vinyl or whatever. It almost looks and feels like grip tape without the actual sandiness to it. It's really terrible looking. Mine actually I actually thought it wasn't from factory because it actually had a lip right here where it actually wrapped over the other part that was wrapped on top. Looked terrible, peeled it off. So number 3 is the window tape around the edge of the windows. Okay, so for the last 2, we're going to go to the interior of the car, which is my least favorite part of the car, and I'll tell you why right now. So inside the car here, we get a good look at the seats. Now, they're not terrible, but they're pretty much just they took a regular Fiesta seat and they sewed ST in it, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty much the worst thing ever. For me, they're really uncomfortable. I'm used to my Rabbit, which had way more bolstery seats. So I bought this. I didn't buy this brand new. I bought it used, so I wasn't able to put the Recaros in it, which some people say are much more uncomfortable, but I'd much rather have a more, luxurious, at least somewhat luxurious looking seat. But yeah, that's number 4. Our last one is just, another interior thing. It's kind of hard to picture it here, but this is really just this, I don't know, just this really rubbery, I don't know, it's just the weirdest texture. It's very cheap. It's very cheap looking. For, being an ST, you think you'd get slightly upgraded, panels and stuff like that. The steering wheel, it's a little close, but there you go. The steering wheel looks fine. It's not my favorite part of the car. Number 5, interior. Alright, so those are the 5 things that I dislike about my car. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it was very difficult to find these 5 things because, you know, overall I love the car. These little type things, you know, the wheel size, all that type of stuff. Once you drive it and you experience the car, those little things kind of drift away, you know. Sometimes the interior does still irritate me. There is a hole in the driver's side seat already that actually was there when I purchased the car. It's a whole nother story. If you know me, you know how crazy I get when I think about it. But moving on, like I said, everything packaged together, it's still a really great car, and all these little things don't really matter once you drive the car and you get to experience it. So, that being said, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit like. If you want to see more about the car and me and all the stuff that we do in the future, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one.